The following is for entertainment and informative purposes only, and not to replace the advice or care of your regular veterinarian. It's time for The Pet Place with your host, Dr. Tom.
Hey Youngstown, it's Dr. Tom here again, and welcome back to the show. You know, spring is in the air, and I know when you start thinking about spring, if you're like me, you start thinking about one thing. That's right, heartworm prevention. I know. But to better illustrate heartworm disease, we're going to take a little trip to a jungle through movie magic. This isn't a jungle. Hold on. Wait a minute. There you go. Okay. Now here we are. Now why am I in a jungle? You may be asking, what does this have to do with heartworm disease? Well, in fact, heartworm disease develops in a dog when they're bitten by an infected mosquito. Yeah, and that mosquito transfers larvae, to your dog. Now those larvae, those little microscopic little suckers, they flow through the blood and they make their home at the right side of your dog's heart. And that can actually lead to heart disease and in fact heart failure. Now let's get the heck out of here and go back to the lab and talk more about heartworm infection. Come on, let's go. I think I see a tiger. Really? Boy, am I happy to be out of there. You know, there are numerous blood tests available to help detect heartworm disease in dogs, and heartworm disease continues to be a major problem for dogs. You know, some dogs can actually be infected for years before they actually develop clinical signs. Now, what are those clinical signs? Well, if they develop like a persistent cough and your dog's not a smoker, that's important that you want to look for that. Other things are like exercise intolerance. They can't really seem to do what they used to be able to do. And other things are like weight loss. Now, you may think just because your dog doesn't go outdoors that you don't have to worry about heartworm infection. Well, unfortunately, if you've ever found a mosquito in your house, they are susceptible. So I can't stress enough, prevention is the best way here. Now, if your dog does happen to test positive for heartworm disease, it's important that they're treated because if left untreated, it can actually lead to more complications and unfortunately heart failure, and nobody wants that. And there are so many good year-round heartworm preventative medications out there, and it's always easier and safer to prevent than it is to treat.
Time for today's recap. Heartworm disease develops in a dog when bitten by an infected mosquito. Some clinical signs of heartworm disease are excessive cough, intolerance to exercise, and rapid weight loss. If your dog unfortunately does test positive for heartworm, please get it treated immediately. This is to prevent any serious future problems.
Talk to your local veterinarian about what they recommend for heartworm prevention. And this is Dr. Tom. I hope you have a nice spring, and I'll see you at your next appointment. Okay, we still don't have any audience members yet, and don't think that's lost on me.